Atul Subhash and the Old Asylum. Atul Subhash was a well-known psychiatrist. Recently, he was assigned to inspect a mental asylum in a small village called Shivpur, located near the city. It was his first visit to this place, and he found it strange that he had never heard of the village before. However, under the officials' orders, he had no choice but to go. It was nighttime, and the road leading to the village was desolate and eerie. As Atul drove, his eyes remained fixed on the road. Dense forests surrounded the path, and silence hung heavily in the air. Suddenly, a figure appeared in front of his car. He hit the brakes hard, and the car screeched to a halt. The figure ran toward the car and introduced himself. "Sir, I'm Raju, an employee of the Shivpur Asylum. I've come to escort you." Atul hesitated for a moment, but finally said, "All right, lead the way." Raju began guiding him down the road. About 300 meters ahead, they arrived at an old building that looked like a mental asylum. As Atul and Raju entered, Atul felt a chilling and ominous atmosphere. The building resembled an ancient fortress, and the halls echoed with distant screams and cries. Patients were confined in various corners. The night passed uneventfully, but was filled with discomfort. The next morning, Atul began his inspection of the asylum. While most things seemed normal, the patients' behavior was bizarre. Some stared blankly at the walls, scratching them. Others clawed at their own skin. During his inspection, Atul learned about a basement beneath the asylum. When he expressed his desire to see it, the staff outright refused. "There's nothing down there, sir." But Atul grew suspicious. Insisting on his authority, he demanded the basement door be opened. As he descended, what he saw was beyond his imagination. The basement housed several patients locked behind iron bars. Their bodies were bleeding, and many were tied up. Suddenly, Atul felt an icy chill in the air. He noticed that the patients confined behind the bars began to emerge. But it was impossible. They passed through walls and bars as if they were ghosts heading toward him. Their faces were distorted and horrifying. Terrified, Atul turned to flee, but the staff above shut the basement door. It became clear to Atul that he was trapped in a sinister conspiracy. The basement reeked of fear and dread. Women floated in the air, children ran along the walls, and patients scratched themselves, devouring their own flesh. Then Atul's eyes caught sight of a small window letting in faint moonlight. He dashed toward it, but the patients and ghostly figures chased him. Suddenly he felt a sharp object stab his back. Blood flowed, and the patients began licking it off. Taking advantage of the chaos, Atul jumped out of the window and fled into the forest. He spent the entire night hiding and running. By morning, he found himself surrounded by villagers who helped him reach the officials. When Atul recounted his horrifying experience, the officials revealed a shocking truth. "Dr. Atul, that asylum burned down years ago in a massive fire. Many patients and staff perished in the blaze. The place is now abandoned. The new asylum is located a kilometer away. Perhaps you mistakenly ended up at the old asylum." It all made sense to Atul now. Raju, who had come to escort him, was one of the employees who had died in the fire. For Atul Subhash, hearing all this was nothing short of a shock. He asked the officials, "If that place turned into ruins, how can there be so much cleanliness and activity? And Raju, why did he guide me there?" The officials sighed deeply and said, "Dr. Atul, for years it has been said that the spirits of the old asylum still wander there. Those who go there either never return or come back in a terrible state. Whatever you saw might have been the work of those spirits." Atul noticed scars on his back and bloodstains on his clothes. He asked, "If all this was my imagination, then how did these wounds appear?" The officials explained, "That place is cursed. Perhaps this was the spirit's way of stopping you." Atul found it all strange, but his condition and the events he experienced told a different story. He composed himself and decided to uncover the root of this mystery. A few days later, Atul assembled a team of specialists and returned to the ruins of the asylum. This time they carried cameras, recording devices, and other safety equipment. As they approached the old asylum, the atmosphere turned eerie again. Upon entering, they found the place completely deserted. The noise, the screams, and the patients Atul had seen last time were nowhere to be found. Suddenly, their recording devices began picking up strange sounds. Screams and cries for help echoed repeatedly. Bloodstains were still visible on one of the walls. A team member suddenly fell to the ground, claiming that someone had pushed him, even though no one else was present. Summoning his courage, Atul located the door to the basement and opened it. Inside, the scene was the same. Shadows of patients behind bars, passing through walls. But this time, Atul remained composed and attempted to communicate with these figures. "Who are you? What do you want?" he called out. Suddenly, one shadow moved closer to him. It was Raju. He said, "We are trapped here. We were never saved from the fire. Justice was denied to us. The fire wasn't an accident. It was deliberately set by the asylum authorities to cover up their wrongdoings. Now we roam as spirits, bound to this place. Until we receive justice, we cannot leave." Atul promised to expose the truth. After returning, he delved into the asylum's old files. Through documents and testimonies, he uncovered that the asylum's management had started the fire to hide their crimes. Atul brought the matter to the media and law enforcement. Years later, those responsible for the incident were brought to justice. The people of Shivpur built a memorial at the site to bring peace to the spirits. It is said that after that day, the screams and ghostly activities at the ruins ceased. Atul learned an important lesson in his life, that sometimes to bring peace to the past, the truth must be revealed. If you enjoyed our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon to stay updated, and like the video. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon with another thrilling story. Take care, and goodbye.